Hey, welcome back to another edition of Everything Football 62. I'm your host, Jonathan Big Tech Johnson, a.k.a. Uncle Tex, a.k.a. Professor Tex. Before we get started, smash that like button. Got any questions, comments, concerns? Share with a friend. And, go ahead and talk about that football. Like I said, let's keep it tasteful. Let's keep it respectful. Again, we're just talking about football. Not a big deal. And we have some fun with it and everything like that. And everybody can root for their team. Happy holidays to all you jokers about that. Let's go ahead and get started. Well, first and foremost, week 15, I believe, I went 9-7. Yeah, man, it was one of them. It was one of them weeks, man. It was one of them weeks. But like I said, it happens that way sometime. It is that way sometime and whatnot. My Pokes lost and everything like that. I started off 1-0 and everything, but like I said, let's go through it just real quick. Like I said, Cincinnati, Minnesota had their chance. They let it go. Cincinnati's being real resilient. Got to give them some props. Like I said, their coach kind of runs their team. If I have to say, they don't quit, and I can always admire that in the football team. They don't quit. Cincinnati's still hanging on, but I'm waiting for them to get their asses popped off. Pittsburgh and Indianapolis. Oh man, come on, man. I didn't even think that was going to even go down like that. Missed on that one. Detroit and Denver. Yeah, same thing with that one, too. I thought it would be a little bit closer and whatnot. Sean Payton blowing up on Russell Wilson. I don't even know where that's from. I'm going to try to read some articles on that, but I don't even know what happened with that whole situation there. But like I said, Detroit, but with Detroit, you don't know who you're going to get sometime week to week. Cleveland and Chicago, like I said, Cleveland doing what Cleveland does. Cleveland got a good ball club. They just got to get their quarterback situation under hand, and I think Cleveland is going to be a force to reckon with. Tampa Bay and Green Bay. I think I might have missed that one and everything. I think Green Bay was going to come back and do something. Tampa Bay playing good. Baker Mayfield did something that like a perfect quarterback rating. There's nothing that's ever happened up in there's never happened in Green Bay on Lambeau Field. Houston and Tennessee. I picked Houston, and I didn't even know T.J. Stroud was even playing, but they still end up playing and stuff like that. Didn't know he was going to play and whatnot. They end up prevailing and whatnot. New York kind of picked that one. Everybody kind of knew that one. Kansas City, New England figured that. They should have hung 40 on them and whatnot. A lot of drop passes and whatnot again. New York and New Orleans, they did what they were supposed to do. New Orleans did what they were supposed to do. With this one, I thought Atlanta was going to win, but Carolina can't beat them and whatnot. Atlanta, yeah. Tampa Bay's going to probably take that division. It's the weakest. It's the weakest conference in It's the weakest division in football. 28-20 Skins with LA. No surprise there. Picked them. San Francisco, really no surprise there with that. With them guys doing what they're doing. Although when nobody's not looking at, San Francisco team defense, they let Arizona put up 29 points. I'm just saying. Dallas, they delayed the egg. When D-Lo did what he did, I said this game is about to get completely out of hand. Anytime Dallas start doing a bunch of penalties, game's over with. Just go back and think things I've said, game is over with. That means they're not playing discipline ball and nothing like that. It was not prepared. Josh Allen was 7 for 15 for like 95 yards. And what's funny about that is that everybody's talking shit about Dak, but nobody said, well, Josh Allen, well, that's different. I'm like, see, that's why I constantly say what I say when it comes to this football shit, man. You can't get that guy. You can't. How does he get a free pass? Dak has been balling all year, has an off game, and then it's like he gets the game ball. That's their prerogative. Then Allen gets the game ball. He throws for 95 fucking yards. That was all about Cook, man. And the coaching decision to run the ball because nobody came at Dallas like that. And then when Dallas started figuring out, it was too late. They fell behind. They ran the ball pretty good. It's too late. And then offensive, I think they sacked Dak with 2 or 3 times, pressured him all day and whatnot and stuff like that. Yeah, it was just one of them days, but they should be able to rebound. Baltimore and Jacksonville, they kind of figured that one as well. And Detroit and Seattle, wasn't expecting that. Thought that Philly would win that. Again, here we go again. And I've said this. So here we have 2 teams. Make it 3. 3 teams. I'm going to say 2 teams. 3 of your top teams talking about the NFC. all the raving, all the talk because all the talk is NFC. Nobody's even paying attention to AFC. To everybody else, it appears that Kansas City is having an off year, or I say off year. They're having a Super Bowl hangover. Right? That's what they're talking about there. Cincinnati has lost their quarterback, so everything is pretty much going to go downhill, even though they've won two in a row. Okay, we'll see. One more game they lose, they're done. Cleveland's trying to make a stand and whatnot and stuff like that. Pittsburgh has stumbled and everything and all that. So you really don't know what you're getting over there in AFC. I still say Kansas City is going to be Kansas City. But now you got, now all of a sudden Buffalo's making a resurgence after the press has dumped on them all this time. And I still don't trust them, but we'll see what ends up happening. But with the whole thing with Josh Allen, he gets a pass. How does he get a pass? Fucking Dak is an MVP candidate. If he balls out the rest of it, he's got to win that. Got to. That's a quarterback award. I've already told y'all that. I told y'all that 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. All right. So we look at it. So it's like we'll see what ends up happening and whatnot. But at the same time, you kind of think everybody's talking about everything in NFC. It's all about Philly. It's all about San Francisco, Philly, and Dallas. That's all the pundits are even. That's all them jokers on these news, on these sports shows are talking about. Nobody's talking about Baltimore though. Quietly, 11-3. It ain't got to be pretty. It's quietly. It's all about what you do in the playoffs. Thus, Superman comes to playoffs. Lamar is Clark Kent right now. And they're winning at 11-3. He will turn that thing on. They get in the playoffs. He's already in the playoffs. That's all I'm going to say about that. So my picks, go ahead and give y'all jokers my picks for that of week. It should be week. It's gonna be week 16. I think it's week 16. Say it's week 16. Let me see. Hold on. Let me get back to it. This thing be playing these games with a brother and stuff like that. Yeah, here we go. Like Dak said, here we go. Yeah, let's go. Cincinnati, Pittsburgh. I see an upset with Pittsburgh. I see Pittsburgh going on and getting them. Lot of talk. I wouldn't be surprised if Cincinnati gets it, but I see Pittsburgh at last hurrah. Buffalo and LA, I'm taking Buffalo. Indianapolis and Atlanta, I'm taking Indianapolis. Minshew is better than a couple of some quarterbacks that they got starting in the league right now. And he should get an opportunity. Kid has moxie. I've been talking about it. He's one of them type of guys. And I think they're going to go ahead on and just put Atlanta out of their misery. Seattle, Tennessee, I'm taking Tennessee. Detroit and Minnesota. I will go ahead and take, I don't know what's going on with them, but I'm going to go ahead and take Detroit. Detroit should finish up strong. At least they should anyway. We'll see what happens with that. Washington, New York, I'm taking New York. No, I'm not. You know what? I'm taking Washington. Old boy gonna be playing for his life and everything like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and take him and whatnot and everything. So, I'm gonna take New York. I'm sorry, take New York again. I said I'm gonna take Washington. Green Bay and Carolina. I'm going to take Green Bay, even though I wouldn't be surprised they lose. But Green Bay's pretty much out of it as far as that goes there. Cleveland and Houston. I don't know if C.J. Stroud is playing. This is a toss-up. Flacco's playing pretty good ball. He balled out last week, even though he threw some picks and everything like that. But it's like at the same time, Cleveland is up in there. Cleveland going to get him. Jacksonville, Tampa Bay. Didn't do a die for Jacksonville. I got Jacksonville going on and taking that. Arizona and Chicago. Two losers, don't really matter. Just because I fucks with Kyler Murray, I'm going to go ahead and take Arizona with that. Dallas and Miami, Dallas going to go ahead and take that. They can go ahead and take that. New England and Denver, I'm going to get that to Denver. Denver's still hanging on. I still see Denver finishing 10-7. Vegas and Kansas City, I'm taking Kansas City all day. New York, Philly, New York and Philly and whatnot, I'm going to take Philly. And of course, Baltimore, San Francisco, I'm taking Baltimore. I just see that's an upset coming, happening and whatnot, and all that. And those are my picks right there, and whatnot. So that's what I see happening. Now, I'm gonna hurry up and try to run through this here. Everybody talking about this whole MVP race. Everybody's screaming and howling and yelling about C-Mac and everything. Christian McCaffrey having a good year. Got to give it to the cat. Having a hell of a year and whatnot. I'm gonna give it to him. The problem that I have with a lot of these guys on these shows and stuff that I see, that they forget that these other guys was doing these things before C-Mac even came in the league, and they did it at a high level for a longer period of time. Now, let's go ahead and do this. Now, one of the most dual threat type of running backs that you would have to come into the league, right, would be that of Marshall Faulk, right? For those who don't remember. Go back and look at his stat room and look at his look at what he did. And he was the second back that did 1,000. Now, you look at Marshall Faulk, 1282 as a rookie, 1078 as a second-year man. He was hurt his third year. Marshall Faulk from 98 to 2001 for a 4-year run. Led the league 18 touchdowns and whatnot 1 year. And I might have been the year 99, 1381, 1,000. They won the Super Bowl. Before a 4 or 5 year run, 1319, 1381, 1359, and then you go back to his catching the ball. 86 receptions, 906, 1048, 87 catch, 81, 830. Marshall Parks, 12 years. Okay? Go talk about C-Mac. He's not seeing that. He hasn't put together that particular string of work, but we're going to continue though. Let's go to Thurman Thomas. Go to Thurman Thomas. All right? Go to Thurman Thomas. Thurman Thomas, his magnum opus, 89 to 93. Look at what he did. This is in a row. And the yards that he had, 1244, 6, 1297, 11, 1407, 7, 1487, 9, 1315, 6. Go over to the receiving. 60, 669, 49, 532, 62, 631, 58, 626, 48, 387. Okay. Now, let's go to that of, if I'm not mistaken, we ain't going to go there. We're going to go over here. LT, who at this particular point in time has to be the most prolific and a serious threaded running back altogether. Not like them other guys wasn't, but this guy definitely, because look at what he did from coming in his second year in the league from 89 from 89. What am I talking about? I'm sorry, not Thurman Thomas. I'm sorry. LaDainian Tomlinson. From 2002 to 2007, 5-6 year run. Look at those stat yards right there. Look at what he did from 1683, 1645, 1335, 1462, 1815, 1474, 14, 13, 17, 18, 28, 15 touchdowns. That type of production, I don't see Christian McCaffrey getting. We haven't even went over to the receiving joint as of this time. 79, 40, 89, 100, 725, 53, 441, 51, 370, 56, 308, 60, 475. See, I'm a guy, I believe in the back sitting there getting the ball and can just pound you out and run the ball down your damn throat. This guy did everything. Everything. Now let's go to your boy C-Mac. All right. Let's go to C-Mac. Who's having an outstanding year? Ain't no fronting on that. Football, I ain't worried about all that other bullshit. Let's go. Let's check it out. Came in the league in 2017. He went the number 8 overall pick. So you the face of the franchise. Correct. All right. That's what's said. (2018) 1098. All right. His best year up until coming up this year was 2019. 1387, 15 touchdowns. He did 1,000. I'm not going to go into the record because the record was trash. Because all of that was like we're going to get him that because we have nothing else over here. We gotten rid of Cam, so we're going to get rid of that, and we're going to make sure you get 1,000, get the touches and everything like that. And that's what they did. See, that's my problem with McCaffrey. Not so much that the kid can't play. My problem is it's like y'all set up things for him to excel, but they're not winning ball games. You're giving him Will Roach, you're giving him this, you're giving him that, 1,000. What did your team win? Nothing. Ever since they have not been to the playoffs since Cam was there in 2017 when it was McCaffrey's rookie year. Haven't been to the playoffs since then. They won 11-5 that year. And I go back to Devin Bunches. Oh, I lost the ball in the lights. I ain't gonna say nothing else. Cam dominated that game. Go look at that. I did a show about it. And from that time, it really ain't been the same since. Now, come back 2019. Oh, we're going to break Roger Craig. Oh, 1387, 15 touchdowns. 116 receptions, 1,005 yards. What happened 2020? He misses what? 12 games. 13 games? He missed 12 games. Next year, 7. He misses 11. He misses 9, 10 games. 9 games. He missed almost an equivalent of 2 years. Come back, gets traded midway through the season and whatnot. He finishes with 1,139 yards. 1,100 yards. They gave him, he went as an alternate as a Pro Bowl. Give him the first team Pro Bowl, 8,000, give him that, even though he still wasn't the best back in the league as far as I was concerned. Now he's at 1,292, 13 touchdowns, 57%, 509, 7 touchdowns. A lot of touchdowns. That's fine. Give him that. I'll give him that. Now, will he be able to duplicate this for the next 4 or 5 years? See, that's what I'm talking about. Can you do that for 4 or 5 years? All that talk, this, that, and the Colin Coward, all them guys talking about that. Will he do this for 4 or 5 years? I think not. He's at 27 years old. You already know what's getting ready to go on with the backs right now. He's on a team that's stacked right now. You follow what I'm saying? So he's going to possibly be, I'll give him Offensive Player of the Year. I'm not going to give him because running backs don't normally get that. I'll give him Offensive Player of the Year. I'll give him that. Okay? Because his numbers speak for themselves. He's a leading rusher right now. And it's an anomaly because a lot of the great backs who are grinders, Derrick Henry hurt, the team's not that good. Nick Chubb's out and whatnot, the whole season and whatnot, it'd be a completely different story. A lot of the quarterbacks are out. So Purdy's doing what he's doing. Dak's doing what he's doing. Dak gets penalized and whatnot for what? I'm like, come on, dude. I'm like, he was balling out. Okay, 1 game. But I've said this, and I've made my point. My point that I said earlier. Of all these teams you're talking about who are winners and this and this and this and that, who's got over 10 wins, is 2 teams, and that's Philly. It's Philly, and it is San Francisco, who have lost 3 straight. Dallas haven't lost 3 straight, nor has Kansas City lost 3 straight. Even though they had 9 wins and whatnot, probably get 10 get late against the Raiders. But I'm like, they're the 2 main teams that everybody talks about have lost 3 straight. They've lost 3 straight. I don't give a shit what time of the year. They lost 3 straight because all the time you talk, they're the team to beat. They're the team. Dallas haven't lost 3 straight. Who has 10 wins? Dallas has not lost 3 straight. Detroit hasn't lost 3 straight. Well, but to put McCaffrey back to that, in that upper echelon of some of them guys, he has to do this for another at least 3 or 4 more years. I don't see it happening. But right now, he's Offensive Player of the Year. Give him that first-team All-Pro. He might lead the league in rushing. You don't think Morset could have did that? They shipped his ass off to Miami. Remember that playoff game he had against Miami against Green Bay a couple of years ago? Okay. So again, like I say, it's no hate. Young man's playing ball. But to try to sit up there, when they start talking that shit about, oh, he's this, he's that, I got to pull up the big 3. And some other guys I probably can pull up. But those are the major guys that pull up. Faulk, Thurman Thompson, Daniel Thompson. And sorry, 49er fans, he ain't seeing one of them. And matter of factly, if we want to get technical and take it back to your boy Roger Craig, tell McCaffrey showed me 1,600 yards. And longevity. He's at 8 years. Basically has been out for 2 years. So at 6 years, he's rested. Yeah. So we'll see what ends up happening with all that shit, though. Play 11, 12, 13 years like the other guys I see up the show. I already went through the stats, man. But we'll see what happens, though. Like I tell you guys all the time, there's no GOAT, there's no greatest of all time as long as time's still going on. Numbers don't lie and get emotional. People do. You guys have a good one. Enjoy your holidays. And we'll get back with you, man. We'll get back with you and whatnot. I may have another show coming up. You guys have a good one.